All right, get ready, Catawba Valley, for the real. I'm saying the real sports talk. Coming live from Flip's Barbershop from Newton, North Carolina, with your host, Dennis Lee, and co-host Danny Hips. And you know, this your man, DJ P3, providing the sounds for your listening pleasure. Flip's Barbershop Sports Talk. Let's go.
Good. Welcome, folks, to Flip's Barbershop Sports Talk. We're live here on a Tuesday. We're changing it up a little bit. The next 4 weeks we'll be here on Tuesday at noon, and then we'll switch back to Saturday. I hope everybody's having a good day. Danny, appreciate you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it being here. You know, I know we were just here a few days ago on Saturday, but hey, in the football world, there's a lot of things happen between Saturday and now. Woo!
Yeah, it has. It's been crazy since Saturday to just now. It's gotten crazy.
Oh yeah.
But we had the NFL pick'em picks, and we're here to announce the winner. And I'll be calling him here in a second live and letting him know he won, Danny. The winner of the first annual NFL Flips Barbershop Picks is Sean Bone Deaton.
Man.
He had 4 losses.
Hey, I taught him well. I just want you to know the winning pick that put him over the top was he picked the Buccaneers.
Yeah, he did. But I'm going to give him a call here right now and let him know he won. What you think about the Aaron Rodgers injury, Danny?
So I think it's crazy. $75 million contract, 4 snaps, and he's out. For those that are not aware yet, Aaron Rodgers is out for the rest of the season. I think he has a torn Achilles. I will tell you, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan per se, but I don't wish that on anyone. Hope that he heals up well, and there'll be some decision making because that's a tough one to come back from. And I would say that there's a couple options there. He could go ahead and retire, or he might try to stay in there, fight the fight, and work to get back in it. But Godspeed to him, and hope that he heals up quickly and good. But how about this? Without Aaron Rodgers, the New York Jets still beat the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that was a crazy game, especially for Josh Allen throwing, 3 interceptions?
To the same guy.
Yeah, to the same guy.
And had a fumble, he had a fumble.
Yeah.
I will tell you what, though, I would say that I'm proud of Josh Allen in the press conference. He manned up. Basically, he said same mess, same day, just too many mistakes on his part, and he hurt the team that night. And, if you think about it, I was thinking about it riding in here. I want you to think about the teams that lost in week 1 right here, all right? Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Cincinnati Bengals. All of them in that AFC. There's some people trying to fight their way to the top of that AFC. That's there's a couple other people that slid out that could have lost also, or maybe they didn't play as good as they should have. Now I'm in no way saying that Buffalo, Kansas City, or Cincinnati are not going to bounce back and have a good season, but it's really unusual for those 3 people or those 3 teams to lose in the first round, first week of the season.
Yeah, especially you just named 3 great teams and also 3 great quarterbacks, and so.
Yeah, and one of them is defending Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, but a little shout out to one of our buddies. I know he's sick to his stomach right now. He actually just texted me, and poor Luke Bohemian. He's a trainer for the Chicago Bears right now, and but I feel sorry for you, buddy. If you're listening, I know how it is sometimes, and he's sick to his stomach right now.
Now, who's his team now? That's Buffalo, right?
Oh, yeah, Buffalo Bills. He's a diehard.
So I really think that he's going to be okay in the end, and I think that Luke just needs to understand that is just a little bad karma. When he left Tampa Bay, he had to pay the price for a little bit, so maybe he's paid in full, and now maybe Josh Allen and those Buffalo Bills of his can pull through and get back on top.
Yeah, we need to make sure he's okay. He's had a tough week. Chicago Bears looking like they did on Sunday, and then last night's loss was I actually got a text from Casey last night from my son they got a group chat. Him, Luke Bowe, my nephew KK, and several of them. And Casey said he thought Luke Bowe was going to jump off of the balcony.
Well, I hope he doesn't jump, and if he is, I hope it's on the first floor.
Yeah,
but
he's here. So I got a text from him, so he's still good.
Yeah, he's all right. But, hey, let's talk about those Bears right quick. You know, a lot of hype about the Bears in the offseason. A lot of hype, especially about quarterback play, Justin Fields. You know, I started him in one of my little fantasy lineups, and it didn't turn out so great. So the Bears didn't look good either, and I don't think anybody would have projected that the Packers or Jordan Love would have played as good as they did.
No, yeah, and I actually, you know, I picked Chicago Bears as my sleeper team, and
Well, you did right thing because they went to sleep.
Yeah, they did. They looked terrible. They looked really, really bad.
Yeah, they did. So in just a few minutes, not now, but sometime, let's talk about like the current power rankings in both the NFC and AFC. And it's really based off of what we've seen so far, not what we've done in the past, not what we think they're going to do. But right now, the 5 best teams that you saw in the AFC and the 5 best teams that we've seen in the NFC. We can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's start off in the NFC.
All right.
NFC.
You go with yours, and I'll bring mine.
All right, you doing top five? Top five. I actually wrote mine down.
In that order, too. That's what go from 5.
Let's go from 5 up.
Yeah,
All
I like that.
Well, my 5th team is the Green Bay Packers. I wrote them down. And then my 4th team is my Philadelphia Eagles. My 3rd team is the Detroit Lions. 2nd team is the Dallas Cowboys. And my 1st team is San Francisco 49ers. Now, that's off week 1. That's off week 1.
That's just off week 1. So
that's off week 1.
So they say great minds think alike, so we're going to find out right now. So I had on an asterisk the number 6 team for me is the Detroit Lions because I think they played pretty solid. Golf looked good. Amari St. Brown is unbelievable, and I am really impressed with Jahmyr Gibbs, but I think they're going to do well this season, but they're number 6 for me. Number 5 team for me, which is like you, I had the Packers. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise, but I'm going to explain it why. For my number 4 team, I had the Los Angeles Rams. You know, nobody thought they were going to do this, going to do anything, but I will tell you, they have several running backs, and basically they ran the ball down people's throat. And in the NFL, that's where it all starts. You got to be able to run the football a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you're a defensive team, you got to be able to stop them. And I will tell you, they're pretty focused on running that football, and I think it's going to get them a little bit. But I will tell you, down the road, they're going to have to sling that ball some too. But that's number 4. Number 3 for me was the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2 would be the Cowboys. I think that their defense was the most impressive defense that I've seen in a while, especially in that first game. I think that they had a much easier road after those early turnovers. The defense played unbelievable well. They have probably got the best defensive player in the NFL on their team. And I think they're still going to have to pick it up a little bit in that offense, though. I think they've got a little running thing here going there, but still not as crisp on the passing game as they should be. But by far, for me, the San Francisco 49ers looked like they were the most well-rounded and the best team out there in the NFC.
No, yeah, San Francisco is legit. You know, I don't see no flaw in that team, honestly.
Man, listen, you know, during the preseason, everybody talked about all the different folks, and, you know, way, way, way down the list, old Ayuk is on there. And, you know, at the end of the year last year, he was probably one of the hottest receivers in the league. And this year, he came out of the gates busting it up. And really just strong quarterback play, strong line play, and really just all around. That's who I think was the best team this past weekend.
Yeah, they're scary. They're real scary. I honestly thought, you know, Dallas, we're going to talk a little bit about, as much as I don't want to, we're going to talk a little bit about Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I'd rather do it on a Tuesday than a Saturday when this place is full of them fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, they look good. You got to give it to them.
That's true. And Micah Parsons I think he's the best player on that football field when he's out there.
Listen, he creates havoc. I mean, havoc. Wherever he goes, he can line up in multiple positions. He can get his hand on the ground and go that way. He can come standing up. He can come across in motion with a run head start. He absolutely wreaked havoc on the offense for that entire game, and especially early in the game whenever they were fortunate enough to get a couple turnovers, and actually not just that, returns as touchdowns.
on Danny, I don't know if you remember episode 1. We had a little argument about Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and I think it went like 5 picks to 3 picks. The Giants.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, remember Charles Eichel?
Oh, I remember. G-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Sherrall, is Sherrall still here?
Sherrall, he heard you was going to talk about it. He went outside.
Oh,
Sherrall
did
did. Yeah. But I will say this: he did give me a good haircut, so I ain't gonna dog him.
But yeah, they look good, and maybe we get some G-men calling in. I doubt it, but I know I've been hearing it all week about Dallas, and they're legit. Them and San Fran is 1-2 right now after week 1. But as our buddy Stephen A says, it's just week 1. So
yeah, that's right.
They about week 11 they start messing it up. So
you don't win any championships in week 1, but there are a lot of things. And I will tell you that the preseason now is so watered down. If you watch any of those preseason games, not getting a lot of reps from the big stars, and I get it. You're paying millions and millions of dollars for them. You don't want them to get hurt in a preseason game. But I think that on some of these teams, it's going to take them a little longer to catch up, get in a groove, and get that momentum going. But I really think that the Giants are going to be okay. I think Cincinnati is going to be okay, and I guarantee you that Kansas City is going to be okay.
Oh yeah, they'll bounce back. They'll bounce back. But
let's talk about that AFC.
You want to talk about the AFC a little bit?
Yeah. I'll go first this time.
Go ahead, yeah.
My number 5 team, I will tell you, and it's mainly just because of defense. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I think that everybody's probably a little concerned about their quarterback at the moment after last night's events with the starting quarterback. But I think he could step up to the plate and make some things happen. And I think that they have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, Garrett Wilson. I'm going to say my Jets, they're not my Jets, but the Jets are my number 5 team. I don't know how long they can stay there or if they can climb, but it was an impressive win to lose your starting quarterback after 4 plays, bring in the backup second-string quarterback and still pull off a victory. Now, not to mention that Buffalo helped them a little bit along that way, but defensively I thought they looked impressive. Now, number 4 team, they didn't play as great as I think they should, and I think they have a lot more capability, but their defense also is pretty impressive. The Baltimore Ravens is my number 4 for me. Number 3, even though they lost in my power ratings, I'm still thinking that the Chiefs are there. I think that they're a different ball team with Kelsey on the field, and he should be there this week, I would think, and they are still the Super Bowl champs. The second team for me, number 2, would be the Cleveland Browns. Man, they were motivated. They played hard defensively. I know I keep saying that, but I will tell you there's a lot of great defenses that came out and played on week 1. And overall, I don't know who's got the answer for Tyreek Hill. Yeah. Tyreek Hill is running wild, and they can't nobody do nothing with him. I mean, so I don't know. Somebody will figure it out, but they ain't figured it out yet. And until they do, Tua, the running game, and all the other aspects of the Miami Dolphins are impressive, and they're my number 1 team right now after week 1.
I like that list. I like that. We're close. But, Danny, my number 5 is actually exactly as yours, the New York Jets. And, I mean, their defense is the real deal. Garrett Wilson. I think if they let Zach Wilson just let him play, let him just throw it up, Garrett will go get it. Just let him. I think that's what their game plan this Sunday going to be against Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I will tell you, if they have opponents throughout the year that go single coverage on Garrett Wilson, he's going to toast them. And they're going to have some help over the top because he finds a way to get open.
Now, I will tell you this, Danny. If the Jets playing the Cowboys this week, if the Cowboys do the same thing as they done to the Giants, they will be my number 1 pick, number 1 team next week in the NFC because they're playing against that tough defense.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing that got them off to such a good start. Their offense really didn't have to do anything in the first quarter. I mean, before they really got anything going in the first half, really. But the first quarter, they're down 3 scores, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Missed extra point in there somewhere, but I think they were down 19-0, which is a little more comfortable way to start.
Yeah. So my number 4 team is they lost, but I don't think he's going to be down out long. Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow will bounce back and have over 400 yards passing this week. Yeah,
I will tell you, he's got too many good receivers. Jamar Chase and some other folks out there. And I will tell you, he always seems pretty calm, cool, and collective. He doesn't. You got to have a short memory if you're an athlete. You know, you have a bad day, a bad game. You know that's gone. You got to look to the next one, and I don't think it's going to hurt his confidence any.
No, not at all. My number 3 team is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I think their defense and the weapons they got for Lamar is legit. So I think my number 2 is KC. I think they're still legit. I think that loss is they getting Kelsey back. Chris Jones is signing back with them. So you know that team is still legit. They
still got a few things to figure out though. The running game a little bit. The receivers need to work on a few things. I know that was probably a fluke, but you know you got 10 or 12 drop passes. That's tough.
Yeah. And then my number 1, just like yours, the Miami Dolphins is Tyreek Hill. I don't think you can stop him. I don't think there's anybody in the league that can stop him. You can name every defensive back you want. They're not playing him man-to-man. So
yeah, I would agree with that. You know, the differences between us is I had the Lions out and the Browns in, and they're both pretty close. I think that in the next few weeks we'll see something from some of these teams. You know, I was looking at the lineup for week 2, and no big game jumped out at me, Dennis. All the games that I'm looking for. There'll be some good games, but none of the Dallas versus this or the Giants or the Bills and the Jets. None of those kind of games. I didn't see those, but I will tell you, in NFL, every game's a big game. It's the game that either puts you in the playoffs or puts you out of the playoffs.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, Danny, we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to get back to talking more NFL and week two predictions. Catch us on the flip side.
Any comments in there?
We're back. A couple announcements. Don't forget, Little Red Devil Camp, September 22nd. Newton Conover cheer team. Contact them on their Facebook page or email coach@kaler459@gmail.com. And also, don't forget the big PS5 Madden tournament here at Flips Barbershop, October 21st. It's on a Saturday. Double elimination tournament, $25 entry fee, Danny.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, I got one quick service announcement for the town of Catawba this Saturday. If you got nothing else to do and you want to enjoy a beautiful day, we're having a cruise in Catawba, Dan. You need to bring an old car down there, check out all those old stylish rides. We'll have live music, food trucks, and we're doing fireworks that night too. So if you want to grab the family, have a good day, enjoy it, come on out to Catawba. We'd love to have you.
This Saturday?
This Saturday.
Sounds fun.
Hey, so we talked about that NFL, and we talked about all those big games. Did you see anybody else that really had a big game that jumped out to you? I talked about Ayuk. He was one of those. Any surprises that you saw?
Well, Miami Dolphins, I think their running backs are tough. Their tight ends are legit. So
Yeah,
he got
they're
a lot of
definitely
weapons.
legit. How about Sam Howell? Did you watch any of that Redskins, the Commanders game? Did you watch that? What do you think about that performance?
He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think that they're a little better than they were before. They're going in the right direction. I think he ran one in, threw one in, so I think they're getting some value out of that pick.
Oh yeah, they got some weapons too. They could sneak up on you. Danny, we got a call in. Mr. Charles Eichert.
Mr. G Man.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to talk about the Dallas and Giants game.
I'll put him up close. Let's see what we got. What's up, Charlie? All right.
Proud to be a big Go Blues New York Giants, baby. Still love them.
New York Giants. What was the biggest surprise for you?
Let's put it against
The rain.
The rain.
Parsons really showed me a lot. I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was that good.
So yeah, Parsons he's a beast, man. He played really, really good. He creates a lot of havoc.
That's right. There's only one of them in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
We done got him out the way, so now it's time for us to focus. And I was reading up on stats. A couple of teams that got beat 31 or 45 to nothing. That same year, they end up going to the playoffs. One of the teams was New England Patriots. They end up being 12-4, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it don't end after one week. That really don't mean a whole lot. You got the rest of the season, and how do you think, Charlie? We talked about this in preseason. A lot of times now, teams don't get their people in any time, and they're coming out a little rusty. You think maybe that was part of the problem?
I don't know for as the Giants part because they played everyone. The offensive line got exposed off a good edge rush and a good, their whole defense. And like I say, you cannot win no game with 6 turnovers.
Yeah,
4 of them ends up in 6 points.
So,
no way.
So how do you think take the defense of Dallas out of that game? How do you think Dallas looked on the offensive side?
They really didn't look that good. I mean, the running back ran deep. But like I say, they was up 26 to nothing.
Yeah, I mean
they didn't really have to do too much offense. They just had to outside the end zone.
Yeah, the defense really carried them, I think, all the way. And at some point in the season, the Cowboys are going to have to rely on some offense because, that if that defense plays like that every game, then that's really going to be something. But typically that's not always the case. So I would tell you, who else around the league did you see in any other games that you were impressed with?
The 49ers.
Yep.
They look real good. Green Bay. And, like I was telling Flip yesterday, I said Love was going to throw 3 interceptions, and he threw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think you confused Love with the Buffalo quarterback. He didn't do so good. Josh Allen. No, he threw 3 to the same man, Charlie.
That's it. I mean, that man intercepted 3 interceptions. That's more than most through the whole year. So he done made his incentive.
Oh yeah, he's gonna lead the statistics for several weeks.
Yeah. Well, see now Dallas. Now we'll get to find out how good Dallas offense is with this Jets.
Yeah, I agree. They play the Jets this week.
Yeah, you playing the Jets this week. I think you'll definitely get to see some offense because the Jets defense is for real too.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see how good Dallas offense really is against another New York team. Go Jets.
Charlie said Jets.
Go Jets. Hey, I see them always wearing them fire hats. You know me, I'm a fireman. I like that. But, yeah, I was impressed by that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have a comment from
hold on, Charlie. We got a comment right quick.
Yeah, a comment from Darryl Holloway. Says, why you calling in and not there wearing your jersey, Charlie?
Darryl Holloway said, why are you calling in
that.
and why are you not wearing your jersey?
Well, tell him I got to make a
That works, man. Listen, Charles. We appreciate you calling in, man. I hate you Giants had a rough week. Maybe it'll get better next week.
All right. Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, absolutely. We're glad to have you, my friend.
Yeah, we got two more comments. This Leon Danner's going in on the Giants. He just said Giants.
So
And,
we done got them riled up about them Giants. Is that what you're telling me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those Giants are going to be a little butthurt for a little while. I will tell you this: they're going to have nightmares of Parsons over there. I can tell you, he is a monster.
Yeah, he's scary on the defense end. I tell you what, you don't find many defensive players can win MVP, but I think he's one of them.
When I was watching that game, I'm like, daggum, this looks a lot like Lawrence Taylor a little bit. Like he could just wreck a whole ball game also. But I will tell you, he's a keeper. I don't see him going anywhere for a long, long time. So anybody else out there, Dan, this week that surprised you? How about my Bucks? Did that surprise you?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, they surprised me too, in a bad way, because I really thought that Minnesota was going to beat them, and they cost me a little bit.
Yeah, don't always pick your team, Danny. Always protect your team.
I'm with you.
But no, they ain't going to be all right. Baker Mayfield ain't as bad as what people say he is. I mean, everybody looks bad when you play down there in Charlotte.
So let's talk about our local team. I know there's a lot of Panthers fans out there. Could be a rough year. What do you see with that Panthers game that you had? Actually, they were pretty competitive most of the game throughout the game against the Falcons. What did you see on that one, Dan?
I just don't think they got enough weapons. I mean, I think they don't have enough weapons, and also their offensive line struggling. I mean, Bryce Young didn't play bad. I mean, he's a rookie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think he's working with a limited playbook till he gets the hang of it. But when you really don't have but a second and a half to get rid of the football, or you can't open up running lanes, it's going to be tough sledding.
Yeah, it is. I seen where their cornerback Horn is out for several weeks, so that's going to hurt. That ain't going to help the cause.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. And that whole division, I was a little surprised going into this weekend. I would have thought that in the preseason, New Orleans looked really, really good. I watched that game as well. They did not overperform or do anything flashy on that. So I think that while it might be or will be the worst division in the NFL, I think, but I think it will be competitive. But one thing that I did see in the Panthers game and the Falcons game was that rookie.
Oh,
Bijan is real. Did you see that movie he made on the One Big Run?
He's my pick. He's my pick for Rookie of the Year. I tell you what, I was hoping we would draft him. We needed. And we overlooked them and let Atlanta get them. So,
but the Eagles still probably had the best draft of all. I mean, y'all
yeah,
had a good draft, but now they came out a little flat. The Eagles did come out a little flat.
Yeah, we was rusty. Our defense played well. But we'll be all right. We'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what we're gonna do next?
Well, we're gonna take a little small break, and when we come back, we're gonna look at week two.
Week two.
All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. Back. Well, we're off to Danny. We're off to week 2. There's some tough games coming up. We're going to go game by game and analyze them and talk about it a little bit. And first game, Thursday night, my Eagles, Minnesota at Philly. I was at that game last year, Monday night game.
Yeah, so I think that both of those teams have something to show that they hadn't shown yet. So it's kind of curious to see which team shows up. But right now, the Eagles are 7-point favorites in that game.
No, I wouldn't take that.
You wouldn't take that?
No, I'm scared of them. I mean, Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, that's one. Kirk Cousins, one of them quarterbacks, you never know. He can.
He's a
go
gunslinger, or he is a, I don't know.
5 interceptions
Yep.
or 5 touchdowns. It could go either way. But I do like our chances at home, but I don't like the points. I don't like the points.
Yeah, I see it being a high-scoring game. I think it'll be over 48.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. I think we'll score some points this week. I don't think Jalen's going to play like he did the first week.
Yeah, I would think not. All right, who else?
All right, we'll go to the second game. It's going to be a pretty good game. Yeah, one of these teams is going to go 2-0. Green Bay Packers at Atlanta.
Yeah, I would have to say that for me, I would say that the Packers are probably going to be up on that. I think that Atlanta's better than they were, but they still got some work to do.
What's the line on that game?
Let's see what it is. Hold on. It's a tight game. The Packers are favored by 1.5.
Wow.
So that's almost a pick 'em.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a pretty close game, they think. I don't know if it's going to be or not. I think that if the Packers play well, I think they'll pull away.
I think that's one team that they don't talk about their defense. Green Bay's got a nice defense.
Apparently. And I will tell you that I think that Jordan Love had a lot of time in that pocket to make some decisions. And so that line must be getting a lot of credit, too, because if you're not putting pressure on them, by far they're a better quarterback.
Yeah, he looked real comfortable.
Yeah,
he did,
very
back
comfortable.
There. You know who didn't call in? Oh, Ryan Klein, Green Bay Packer fan.
Man, I'm sure. I bet you he's going to show up here Saturday thinking we're here, and he'll be all decked out in Green Bay stuff.
Yeah. Next game, Danny. This going to have to be a bounce back. If not, Luke Bowe, we need to go find Luke Bowe this weekend. If they lose this game, we need to go find him.
Oh, listen, they better put a big net under his windowsill or something, because I'm telling you. So it's the Bills versus the Raiders, right?
Yeah, at Buffalo, though, at Buffalo.
It's the biggest spread of the week. So the Bills are favored by 8.5, and in the NFL, that is a huge number.
I like Buffalo in that game by a lot.
Yeah, I like them too. The Raiders, I watched the Raiders game. They did some things nice. I don't think that they're on the same level as some of those other teams. I think they're still trying to figure it out. But I would think that the Buffalo Bills are going to be really hypersensitive and laser focused on the other stuff.
Yeah, so. I don't think Las Vegas looked that good against Denver. Denver they struggled too. Russell Wilson struggled. But
yep.
Well, next game, this is a division game. This is going to be a really good game. Baltimore Ravens at Cincinnati Bengals. Boy, that's tough, Dan.
So yeah. I'm kind of curious about this one on the line. So the Bengals are favored by 3.5. And I don't know about that, man. I don't know where that's coming from, but the Ravens are getting 3.5. That would be very tempting.
Yeah, that line will drop. That line will drop to 3 or 2.5.
Yeah, I think
because everybody will jump on that 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Flip said the Bengals started last year 0-2. And it's kind of what Charles was saying about the Giants earlier. I don't know if they can go that way, but early in the season you catch up quick. But 3.5 point game, and the Bengals are favored.
You want to pass the mic around on that one, Danny?
On the Bengals and Ravens, yeah, we can do that.
That'd be a good game to toss the mic around. We're gonna go see what other people's opinions are in the barbershop on that game. Right. The big game this week, Baltimore at Cincinnati.
All right, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Let's see who we got right here. Baltimore, Cincinnati. That's a tough one right there.
Give me Baltimore.
Ravens.
Baltimore.
But everybody's going for the dog, 3.5-point underdog. I see KK, his wheels are turning.
I'm going to go with Burrow on a bounce back game.
Big Burrow lighting a cigar.
The Bengals.
Oh, it's 2-2. Two, and a bullshit. Yeah, the 2 Bengals, 2 of those Ravens. All right, who you got, the Bengals or the Ravens? You going to break the tie? Ravens. The Ravens. Everybody's on the Raven wagon, then.
Danny, our buddy Derek Rogers would love that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. I guarantee you that he'd be pulling hard for them. He'd love to be there.
It's that Cincy.
The game is at the jungle. The jungle.
Yeah, I like Cincinnati in that game at home. I like Cincinnati again. I tell you what, to me, the next game, Seattle at Detroit.
Seattle at Detroit. I'm going with Detroit. I don't know who you're going with.
No, I like Detroit in this game. I like them to go 2-0. I like to see.
Let's see what the line is on that one. So right now the lines are 5.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win by a touchdown.
Seahawks got some work to do. I think they did not look really good at all. And who went in there and beat them this week?
The Rams.
Rams. They stuck the ball right down their throat.
Yep. Next game, I think this is a bounce-back game for the Chargers. Chargers at Tennessee.
So Tennessee, man, I can't hardly ever figure out their identity. But it's a tight game. And I think that the Chargers got a little work to do, too. They look pretty stale to me compared to what they normally are. But it's a 3-point spread. Tennessee's getting 3 over the Chargers. So, for me, I think the Chargers will bounce back for sure. I think that their quarterback will play a little better. I think the running game will be a little better. So, I think all of it. All right, we got a question coming in.
Well, no, just bouncing back to the last game, I think Kevin Holloway had Baltimore. So,
Baltimore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kevin Holloway.
I will tell you, Baltimore, Kevin Holloway might be right. Everybody's on that Baltimore wagon, which makes me kind of want to slide to the Cincinnati wagon.
It's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I like the Chargers in that game against Tennessee. I think they'll bounce back. But like Flip said, I mean, them good teams go 0-2, and then they go on a run. They go on a 10, 11-game winning streak.
Bengals did it last year.
But speaking of Chicago earlier, this next game, Danny, I mean, your boys could go 2-0.
They could.
Chicago at Tampa.
They could, and I will tell you that the Bears got a lot of work to do. But Justin Fields is better than what he played last week. At least I hope so, because I drafted him in my fantasy football team. If he don't turn it up this week, I'm gonna have to cut him. He's gonna be on waivers.
He'll have to. Yeah, I think he'll bounce back. I think they got to open up the offense for him a little bit more. And but I think I wouldn't mind seeing Baker Mayfield go 2-0.
Well, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
But who you think's favored in that game?
Tampa Bay
By 3.
by 3.
Buccaneers are favored by 3 over the Chicago Bears. I hope Glenn London hears that. He's a big Bears fan. I have to hear him.
Well, Luke Bo's up there. He's heading up there.
Bose.
He's heading up there.
He's got to be torn right now because he left the Buccaneers and went to Chicago. And, he could at least get me something from the Buccaneers and send it back to me. Come on, Luke, hook me up.
He didn't hook you up last year with no Tom Brady stuff?
Luke did good. I can't say nothing. He did a lot of stuff. He spent a lot of time after practice working with those wide receivers, just catching balls for them. It was pretty interesting. And really, I'll tell you what, he's a good dude, and hopefully his team can get him off of that depression he's in right now.
He told me we talked a little bit yesterday. He told me he catches around 100 passes from Justin Fields a day.
So yeah, it's crazy. And even after practice, those guys want some more work in, especially those wide receivers that come in. They really want that extra, feed them to them, catch them, all that good stuff back. They stay in. Hey, I don't blame him. I'd catch them too. Tell him to catch one of them, just get a signature and send it to us.
Yeah, that's what he. I promise you, he's wishing he could catch some from Josh Allen instead of who they played last night. Jets. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
But
probably so. I'm sure that was hard for him to watch.
No, yeah. He's a diehard Bills fan, but he said he might get if he's
Bills
off next
Mafia.
Tuesday. He's gonna call Call in for us.
All right, Bills
some
Mafia
questions for
next
Luke.
week.
But next game, hey, I tell you what, KC could go 0-2 next week, Danny.
Ain't gonna happen,
They're
dude.
going to Jacksonville.
It ain't going to happen. I'm telling you, they're going to come back with a vengeance.
Oh, that's a good game right there. That's a KC. Yeah, Kelsey's back.
Yeah,
And
Kelsey's
Chris
back.
Jones. They just signed Chris Jones again. So
Now, I will tell you, Jacksonville has turned it up a little bit. I think that they got a lot of weapons, too, in a lot of different places. They're solid at tight end, got a decent running back, a couple good receivers. But I will tell you, I think that the Chiefs will bounce back, and you'll see the real Chiefs next week. They're favored by 3
Who is,
points.
Chiefs?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I like the points in that game. What's the little Alabama wide receivers with Jacksonville now? He was their leading receiver this week. The one that he got suspended for betting on games. Yeah,
Ridley.
really. I tell you what, he's
back.
Yeah,
He's
back.
definitely back. He looked really good.
Yeah, so
I think he had like 8 catches, 100-something yards. I can't remember. But
they got some weapons. They got some weapons down there in Jacksonville.
yeah, they do. But I will tell you this: they ain't got no Kelsey.
You don't think?
No.
All right. Danny said they ain't got no answer for Kelsey Sunday, so I think I'm gonna take. That's my surprise pick of the week, Danny.
Hey, it's not a
I
bad one.
think I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
Hey.
Upset.
I think you're gonna be right back in that stack with the rest of us losers if you do that, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won his lock.
Yeah, I won my lock. I won my lock every week so far. Who was it, Danny?
It was a
Oh
college
yeah,
game.
Washington State.
Washington State.
Yeah.
My lock last week was the Canes. Yeah,
Yeah, Flip
I
did
will
say
say
that.
this. Flip said that the Texas Longhorns last week, he told me this several times, they were loaded. And let me tell you what, they were. And they were very impressed. I know we're talking about a lot of NFL stuff today, but college football, Texas Longhorns looked real.
Yeah, they did. And then Alabama, I think they'll bounce back because they just met a great Texas team too. I mean, Texas,
SEC had a rough ride the first coming out of the gate.
Texas is legit.
We got a couple comments here. We got one from Zach Hansley. He said Joey Bry, BRRR, will throw for 3 TDs with over 300 yards of passing.
Joey
next game.
Burrow.
Burrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know what that stands for.
So if you don't know this, I just happen to have a little inside information. I'm thinking that that's probably his fantasy football quarterback, and he's hoping that that's what happens. And we'll see about that. You know,
He's gonna bounce back.
I've been waiting to. So it's funny you mentioned that, and it's funny we got those comments because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I think that same Zach is a Minnesota Vikings fan, and I didn't see nothing or hear nothing from him all week after them Buccaneers put that big L on them.
Yeah. We also got a comment from Kevin Holloway. Jacksonville got defense, and also he said Colorado taking over college football. They coming.
Yeah, Colorado. Man, it's crazy how good they're playing. They deserve everything they get. But I will tell you, I looked at their schedule Sunday, and it's going to get harder. I'm not saying they can't do it, but it's going to get harder a little bit every week. But right now, those Colorado Buffaloes are looking good. But
They're riding high.
I don't know if Jacksonville's defense got enough for KC or not, but we're going to find out.
All right. Next game. This might be the worst game of Sunday, Danny. Indianapolis Colts at Houston.
Well, so the good thing about that, the hype is going to be that you got 2 rookie quarterbacks, and both of them are pretty good. They got great legs, and they can run. But I watched the Colts game a little bit. Richardson impressed me.
Yeah, I like him. I like Anthony Richardson. He's going to be tough.
So, I got a couple friends that are now this is crazy. I got one friend that's from Buffalo, but he pulls for Indianapolis. Now, I can't figure out how somebody from Buffalo, New York, pulls from Indianapolis, but he does pull for them, and I know he'll be watching that game. Cam's out there, and I think that it'll be all played up on the quarterback part, but I think they're both so bad that it might turn out to be a good game.
You think?
I do.
I think there's going to be
I'm not watching it, but I think it'll turn out that way.
Well, Danny, we're halfway through. We're going to take a small break and then come back and finish the NFL picks. We'll catch us on the flip side.
All right, hey, we're back on the flip side. Hey, we got a good opportunity here because usually he's always got something buzzing or something cutting or something like that. But, you know, we do this live every week at Flip's Barbershop, and we appreciate him allowing us to do that here. But if you hadn't checked it out, it's a great place. TVs everywhere, jerseys everywhere, pool table everywhere. We got it all in here. And the only bad thing about that is, you know, if his team's winning, we're going to hear about it, and he's got every reason to crow this week. So how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, guys?
You can't say nothing, but they were impressive.
Hey, but, yeah, I just want to say I got two things, actually. One thing's for my Carolina Panther fans. You know, I'm not a fan myself, but I have close friends that love Carolina. The only thing I have to say is how many picks are in the draft? 262 picks.
I think that's right. I think number 262 is Mr. Irrelevant.
They had the number 1 pick in the draft, and they picked a guy my size. They picked the smallest guy in the entire draft. That's first. But for the San Francisco 49er fans, Sean Mason, Tay Tips, Robert Mason, even Miss Chubby.
Here it comes.
We coming for you. DJ, drop the beat.
Coming for him. Hey, you heard it right there. Flip from Flip's Barbershop. Them Cowboy fans, they back. They rowdy. You're going to have to put up with it for a little while for sure. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse before it gets better then.
But, yeah, them in San Fran right now. But, hey, it's just week 1, Dan. It's just week 1.
It is week 1, but I'm telling you, that Cowboy Nation, you know, they didn't need that to be routed to start with, but now you're really going to hear it.
Oh, no, they're
really going to hear it.
And all you hear is Super Bowl. And, I mean, I guess if you ain't won nothing since 1998, I guess you can chant Super Bowl, but they still think they got Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman. You know, they got to realize.
They got some weapons, but I will tell you that I ain't going to deny. Listen, that defense might be enough to take them by itself, but I think, in my personal opinion, Dak's going to have to turn it up a little bit. He ain't had to yet, but at some point during the season, he's going to have the ball in his hands, and he's going to have to go win the game, and that's when we'll know, and then the tale will tell.
I tell you what, like I said, if they beat the Jets handily, then they'll be up there. They'll be up there at top number 1 this week.
Yeah,
week 2.
Yeah, that defense. If they play like that again next week, it's going to be crazy.
All right, let's finish the games up. This is going to be I don't know. San Fran at the Rams.
So that's the second biggest spread of all, and the Rams are favored to lose.
Yeah,
the Rams are -8 on that, and San Francisco is clicking on all cylinders. Their running game, their passing game, their defense. I will tell you, Purdy, I think some people had some questions about him, whether it was a first-year fluke last year or not. He looked very comfortable back there to me, and he was slinging it, and Ayuk was on the other side of it, and he was snatching them out of the air and gone.
Yeah, I got San Fran on that. I like. Hey, you mentioned Purdy. Purdy, hey, he's pretty good.
He played pretty good. You're exactly right. He's solid, and I will tell you that will be interesting as it gets around. But they're calling out the San Francisco 49ers, them Cowboy fans. If you look at the history of that, it ain't turned out well for the Cowboys. But we'll see.
Next game, I think G-Men will bounce back. G-Men at Arizona Cardinals.
So I thought that the Arizona Cardinals going into the first week, Dan, I thought that they were the worst football team that we would see this year. And I don't know that that's true anymore. We might see the worst football team somewhere close to us where we're sitting right now. But let's see what it is. Now, who was it? There was the Cardinals and the Giants.
Yep.
And the Giants are picked to win by 6. So it's a
Giants
-6.
are? Oh, wow.
Giants are picked to win over the Cardinals. But I do think that the Giants will get to it. When you go down 19-0 right off the get-go, it changes your whole offensive scheme and plan is out the building. I thought Saquon was able to get some runs and to do a few things good out there. They got some stuff to make some changes in, and we'll see. I did notice early in the game, I don't know if you watched that long. I couldn't watch it long because it was over. I knew what was coming. But Daniel Jones used them legs a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, there's that threat, but they got some work to do. But I would definitely say that the Giants would bounce back. But we'll see.
Yeah, I like the Giants in that game also. This is going to be a great game. The Jets at the Cowboys.
The Jets and the Cowboys. What do you think that spread is?
I say Dallas 3.5.
All right, Flip. I need you to come over here. I need to see what you look like when I tell you what this spread is on the Dallas Jets game. You're going to be upset.
Let's hear it.
What do you think it is?
Dallas and Jets.
Yep.
3.
3. Right here's $1,000. I'm gonna give it to you right now, and right now I can give it to you. And the Cowboys are minus 9.5. They're
Minus
huge.
9.5.
Yes, minus 9.5 against the Jets.
Against that defense.
That'd be hard not to take the Jets.
Bullshit.
Well, I'll triple that then.
Yeah, hey,
Cowboys.
hey, for 9.5.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
Hey, listen, we tight. Wait till about Saturday because this got to go down. Sure.
got to.
Yeah, that 9.5.
Man, if
I
you can
can't-
get it at that right now, though,
For the
definitely
Jets?
take the Jets. Huh?
Yeah, you can get it right now. 9.5 points.
Zach Wilson gonna get killed.
Man,
That's
that's
crazy.
a lot of points.
Crazy.
Who ain't going to score? Jets? Now, Dallas scored some points on that a field goal block. And
Yeah, and
Daniel
Jones. I mean, you can't say that ain't right, but we'll see.
That's a great point by Flip, but Flip is let me do. I wish I could do it in my Stephen A. voice. It's just week 1. I wish I could have that laugh. I think I'm gonna try to work on that laugh this week. When Dallas lose, he got that laugh every week, and that Cowboy hat.
He might Stephen A. But I tell you what, he loves some Jerry Jones talking about riding in his helicopter.
Oh yeah.
All right, who else we got, Dan?
We got the Commanders at Denver.
Commanders at Denver. When are they playing?
425.
All right, so Denver is the favorite on that, 3.5.
Ooh,
I think I like the Commanders on that.
I do
one.
like the Commanders on that.
Yeah,
man.
that's a 3.5 spread.
That's
and-
gonna come down.
And the Commanders are, I think it'll be a push, -2, whatever. But yeah, I think that the Commanders could win that game.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think Sam Howell's just going to keep going better and better because he's a Tar Heel, Dan.
Hey, I like Sam Howell. I don't like the Tar Heels, but I like Sam Howell.
I understand. Tar Heels don't like you either, so just keep on.
Sunday night game. Tyreek Hill and company at New England. Boy, that's gonna be some points scored.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. I don't know if that one's posted yet. Yep, it is. It's Dolphins -2.
-2.
I think that's crazy to me.
Wow.
I like the Dolphins all the way on that. What I saw in New England, I do not see them staying with the Dolphins. And not only that, if you think back in the last couple of years, the Dolphins have had New England's number. Like New England has struggled with the Dolphins all the way around. But I still go to my original statement early in the show. I don't think anybody's got the answer for Tyreek Hill.
No, nobody. And New England won't have it either.
No.
I like that. I like that spread. I like Miami.
Yep.
All right, Danny, this is a rare Monday. We got 2 Monday night games. The first one at 7:15, the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers.
That's right. It's
Charlotte.
home in Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Gonna be a lot of people down there watching it. The Saints are favored by 3. And of all the craziness that happens in the NFL, I mean, you think about all the stuff that happened last week, crazy. I could see the Panthers, for some reason, coming up and pulling something out there. But I think by far the favorite is the Saints by 3.
Bryce Young just called in. He said, tell Flip. He said he's going to put it on them New Orleans Saints. Son. Bryce Young.
So as a Bucks fan, I need the Panthers to win, but I don't see it happening.
Last game. This is going to be a good game. Good Monday night game. Division game.
So
Cleveland.
2 of the oldest teams in NFL.
Yep. Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans here.
We do, and there are a lot across the nation, really. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Brownies they're everywhere. But I was under impressed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did not think that they came out with guns blazing. They looked pretty good in the preseason. Everybody's talking about the quarterback, and he's going to sling it here, and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. I will tell you, I thought the Browns, I thought they played much better.
No, I did. But I think Mike Tomlin will not have them boys playing like they did Sunday. I think they'll be ready for Cleveland.
They will, and you could see Cleveland coming in with a little overconfidence maybe after that big win in Week 1 over Cincinnati. That their defensive line is unbelievable, though. They're going to have to protect the Steelers quarterback Pickett or whatever. But I will tell you, I think that it's the Browns all the way, even though it's a 2-point spread.
I think for the second week in a row, I think I'm gonna ride with Pittsburgh Steelers, but they don't win this week. I'll quit picking them.
Yeah,
but
you can't stay on that losing train too long.
But Danny, that was all the games coming up, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see after week 2. See who's 2-0.
Yeah, hey, and don't forget now, congratulations to my buddy Bone, Sean Deaton. He won the NFL Pick'em contest. He's got some options. He can get a fresh, clean, good haircut here at Flip's Barbershop, or he can take one of those gift certificates and take me and you to eat somewhere, Dan.
Yeah, that sounds good. I tried to call him. He's at work, though, so he'll find out later on when he watches the show that he's won the free haircut. So, but also I want to send a little shout out all the way back home, Costa Rica. My mom's birthday was yesterday.
Man, happy birthday to her.
Yeah, so I want to shout out to mommy and hope she had a great day yesterday, and see you soon, and hello to my pops in Costa Rica. So.
We went to Costa Rica this summer, and I appreciate all the information you gave me, Dan. It's a beautiful place, man. We spent a week there, and I felt like I was in paradise everywhere I went. And by far, I've been all over the world. There's not many countries that you can name that I hadn't been to. I've never been to a country that was as nice to tourists as the Costa Rican folks, as the Ticos were to us. It was just a great vacation, man.
Well, that's great. Yeah, it's
Wish
wonderful.
her a happy birthday. How old is she?
I think my mom is 67.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. She
I
must
quit
have had you
counting.
when she was 10. I mean,
No.
you like 57.
Nah, yeah, I'm not there yet. Now she had me, yeah. Yes, I think she's 67. So
I'll tell you all this quick story right quick. I'm down in Costa Rica, and I'm talking to Dan back and forth, and, I'm like, look, man, I appreciate all the stuff you told me and all the stuff. Is there anything that I could bring back for you from Costa Rica that you're missing? And of all the things, like I'm in a Walmart in Costa Rica, and of all the things that he said, tell him what you told me to bring you, Dan.
some powdered milk for my coffee.
Yeah, like powdered milk for his coffee. So now I got these 2 bags. They're like a 2-pound bag of powdered milk. And what color is powdered milk, Dan?
Yeah, it's white.
Yeah, so whenever I get on the plane, and when I get on the plane, I'll have that in my luggage. and that is in my bag, and that goes through that x-ray machine. It shows up 2 bags of white powder. Man, I didn't think that out too good, man.
Yeah, but there's a baby drinking this on the cover on the cover,
yeah.
so they shouldn't. But I'm sure you trying to get it through the airport. Yeah, they checking everything.
Yeah, they check it all, which I'm glad. Hey, been a good show today. I appreciate it. Looking forward to the games this week. Looking forward to the college games, some good college games. Football Friday night this week, some conference play on high school football around the area. We'll keep you posted on that on our next podcast, let you know how that goes. Probably talk to a few football coaches, but football season is here. The weather's going to start cooling down after this week, and it'll start getting a little crisp on the fall nights and days. It'll be a definitely football season. All right, we're out of here. We'll catch you next time.